Welcome back. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And we are the Bars and Bells studio here with our Strength and Swings class. It's our first class of the last semester of 2024.
Been a ride.
It's been a year.
Been a whole year.
So we'll ease back into this class. We have 7 weeks of this semester. We'll ease back in and we'll build up towards that clean and press as we progress each week. And this week we'll just get back into holding that kettlebell, back into our get-ups, and finish with some goblet squats towards the end. But first we'll start with our body weight warm-up.
And that's my cue and your cue to get in touch with the head, neck, the rib cage, the shoulders, the blades included. And I know Lauren's going to warm us up with those core and ab moves as well. And if that's a euphemism for lunge, that'll find its way in there as well. So think figure 8 shape here as we start with the head, neck. And very lightly do your chin tuck, flexion on that neck, looking towards the floor. Then scrape your collarbone across the clavicle, looking towards the right in my case here. And then I'll go up the wall, finishing where my chin lines up with my sternum chest bone in the middle, and a chin tuck right back down the middle where we came from. That's flexion. Then let's do that rotation, looking towards the wall on the other side, and look up towards the ceiling, finish in the middle, pull the crown high to return the head to the level position. Reverse that now by pulling down on the scalenes on the front of the neck as we extend up, then rotate and look down the wall towards the floor, and then back along that clavicle or collarbone to the middle. For the final repetition here, pull down on the head, neck to go up, and then rotate the other way, chin tuck down the wall, find the middle of the body again, and pull down on the front of the neck to stabilize the action looking center. Let's take a quick break from those and go right to those shoulder blades. With the hands at the sides, light effort, shrug up. Normally, the kettlebell classes like this one right here, we don't wear the shoulder blades up. Instead, think pulling those armpits down. But repeat up just to sense that and have that visual of up or elevating. And one more time, pull down. Now round the shoulder blades forward. As we saw, Lauren's hands didn't move. That's also a very good sign. But in this class, with that kettlebell swing, with those cleans and presses, the shoulder blades start with the retraction or together squeeze. Repeat one more time, rounding forward, and then finish retracting. And then allow some wiggle room for some tension to wiggle around. But as you hold that kettlebell shortly, think shoulder blades down and back. Now repeating for one more move here for me with that rib cage, and it's the same figure 8 movement, flexion first. So a little bit of a chin tuck, just enough to hold an apple or a baby kettlebell at that head neck there. And then next, it's that flexion or rounding shape through the spine. After that, let's rotate to a direction of your choice. I chose my right here, and I do my side bend to the back corner. Then lift up and over to the middle, and then like a candy cane or an S flexion here, forward fold back down to the front. Rotate the opposite way, incorporate a side bend to that back corner, then lift up and over, and then finish just back on center. Now pull down on those abs, start warming up that shield as we look to extend going up. Then we'll rotate away from center, incorporate our side bend, a circle shape from the back corner all the way around to the front, and then pull down on abs, extension through that T-spine up, final rotation to the back corner, final side bend back there as well, and then circle shapes back to the front, and abs of steel as we aim to be nice and tall. Shake it out. There's more core, there's more hips, there's more things to come, and that's all up to Lauren here. Show us what's up.
Ooh, let's get down to my favorite position, the lunge. And let's get there by taking a single leg into that step back position. Right now we have our front shin and it's vertical or perpendicular to the floor. Our front knee will be bent, our back hip pushing forward. So feel that extension through the front of the back hip here. Now let's keep that extension as we pull ourselves down. So I'm pulling my front leg in, I'm driving my back hip forward, and I'm keeping my rib cage on top of my hips as I land softly on the floor. Adjust a little as needed, but let's stay here. So again, keep squeezing that back butt cheek, pushing it forward. Just by doing that, you probably have some lengthening, stretching feelings to the front of that hip. Let's keep that as we drift or pull our knee towards over our front toe, but keep the rib cage down. Body goes with you hips lead. Now as you come back, hips stay extended as you push back up to tall. Let's do that one more time in the forward direction. We'll pull, drifting forward. And then we'll push forward and back and come back up to tall, tall. Next, we'll heel toe that leg open to the side. And let's try the same thing out here. Our knee is in line with our toe. We're lightly gonna hike that hip up and pull it down to find level-ish. We'll extend the back hip. Feel that adductor already as we gently pull and drift ourselves knee towards over the toe. Oh. And then push forward to come back up to tall. And let's do that one more time as we go over, knee towards over toe, and then come back up to tall, tall. Heel toe that leg to the front again. Now is where the more fun begins. We push forward and back, keep the cage on top of the hips as we gently try to hover the knee off the floor and hold. Then staying here, could we lift the front heel? And then heel down, keep the knee hovered, push forward and back to come back up to that tall position, but front knee is still bent. Then one more time, pull yourself down. Don't land, get to that hover. And then this time, up together. Good, shake that out. We get to do it all with the second leg. So other leg steps back this time. Back hips extended, front shin vertical. Pull yourself down. Keep that extension, soft landing. Then from here, we kept the hip extended. We pulled on the front leg, drifting knee towards over the toe, keeping the rib cage down, and then push forward to press yourself back up to tall. Let's do that again. We're drifting forward, knee towards over toe, and then pressing ourselves back up to tall. Once here, heel toe the leg open to the side. Doesn't have to be 3 o'clock. Mine's more like 2 o'clock here, and my knee and my index toe are on the same line. As I hike the hip up and then pull down. And then I drift over. It's actually like 10 o'clock. I was looking at my clock wrong. And then push forward to come back up to tall, extended. And repeat again. Pull, drifting over, chest and hips are staying square to the front of the room. And then push back up. Heel toe the leg back to center. Let's do our hover routine. So first, we press the floor forward and back, creating tension to that hover position. Hold. Then can we lift the front heel? Put it down. Keep the hover. Push forward and back. Come up to that rise. Back hips extended, front knee bent. Pull yourself back down. Maintain that vertical line. Hold. And then boom, up together. Whew.
Lauren prepped us pretty nicely for those knees over toes that could get us into the squat. So I'll take things over when we get to the squat, but right now, 2 other kettlebell warm-up moves, circus tricks a little bit, skill tricks, of course. Lauren, take us into that bottoms up, but maybe a halo first to suss it out.
Okay, so for that halo, let's approach our bell like so. Handles this way with our feet. We'll be standing just behind the bell and we'll pull ourselves down into our low squat. So come on down. Since we're down here, let's take a minute and just pry a hip open with an elbow and then back to tall. And the other side, pry open with an elbow and then back to tall. And then push both open with those elbows and then relax, but keep the legs there. Now overhand grip on that bell, curl it upside down and up to tall. Adjust your feet to a little narrower. Next, we're going to take that bell, ear, back of head, ear, front of head, same direction again. Our core and our low body and our upper body isn't moving. It's our shoulder blades and our arms getting warmed up. Now switch directions. 3 the other way. Bells all the way around the back of our head facing down and then upside down at the front. Last time, adjust your stance to your squat position. Pull yourself down, uncurl, tip it up, stand up.
Whew.
Good.
And if that's the kettlebell halo, to encourage those shoulder blades to stay down and to move our arms around that rib cage, this is that bottom ups press. Grip strength, pack shoulders as well. Take it away.
All right. I will probably not be pressing this bell today, but I'll be holding it in that bottoms up position. We'll see as we go. First things first, use your hinge. Grip. Push that weight straight down so you're packed, then tip back. Little swing through, other hands ready. Now here, maybe you press this bell, maybe you quarter press this bell, but whatever you're doing, you're having abs, you're pushing down and on the floor, you're holding for 3, 2, tight to the body, through, park. Whew, shake it out, repeat the same thing on the other side.
And we also started to just do that little bit of that one arm swing hike past there as well. More on that one arm swing variations to come.
So again, it's our hinge. Grip close to the corner, push your weight straight down, stack, pack, then tip back, keep the grip, upside down, other hand's ready. If you're on that non-dominant second side, it might be a little bit wobblier, but we're trying to drive through that pinky side. Keep the elbow straight, bells just outside our face, then tight to the body, and park. Whew. Woo is right.
Sorry, Lauren, go ahead.
Oh, just woo.
Woo! Making those sounds, sizzling with strength, and making sure it feels safe and strong for you as well. Let's do one quick repetition of some squats, then we'll get back to the classics like the swings and the get-ups, and then we'll finish today's practice with a set of squats as well. So we could get behind that kettlebell. We'll tip it up or keep that bottom down. It's a little bit harder if that bottom is down this time versus inverted. And in this goblet squat position, let's take a collective breath in, and on the up, give it that nice exertion up. Let's pull ourselves down with control. Are you a cat in the hips? Hopefully not. So when you pull yourself down,
I can't hold that.
Keep the cow shape and then finish out nice and tall. To return the kettlebell to the floor, you can use your hinge like Lauren, or just return through the squat and return it to the floor and come up barehanded through the squat again. Choose your dismount, but maintain that integrity of the movement throughout. My grips are good. My body feels good, Lauren. Should we just get in that get up again or what?
We should, okay, Ian. Cool. So let's get to the floor and start our first get up here today. Just exploring that half get up as we get back into our routine. So we'll come on down. If you're unfamiliar with the half get up, I would suggest that you do that without a kettlebell load this time. But if you're ready for that kettlebell, we'll start in our cuddle. We'll roll to our back and we'll press. Once we're in our get up position, we'll do our hip drive, pull on elbow. Find your hand. From here, it's our bridge, sweep, hold for 3, 2, then we'll sweep back through, find our elbow, push away from our elbow to our back, pull the bell down to the floor, return it to the cuddle position, let it go, and spin ourselves around to repeat the same moves on the other side.
On our holiday from here and YouTube, we did a lot of pull-ups, but not too much time underneath the load, and it does feel good to get under the load. And from here, in that firing range, we'll drive through the hip to the elbow. Then as Lauren said, it's the tall sit, and we'll bridge and sweep, and just hold a quick pause here. Then we return to the ground, keep that arm perpendicular to the floor, find the elbow. It's our core tension to return to the floor safely, and then 2 hands down. And as usual, it's that no-handed challenge as we stand up. Millions of ways to do that too. Little gentle kip for Lauren, a little roll to the side for me. And now that we're up, it is time to
get into those 2-handed swings. So we'll revisit those for 1 round, and then we'll start introducing that single arm swing. If single arm swings aren't for you yet, feel free to do this 2-handed swing throughout today's practice. We're just behind our bell. We'll use our hinge, which is different than our squat. Our hips are up high, our shins are vertical. We'll grip our bell, tipping it on its side. Now, right now, I just want you to pull the bell to the zipper and then park. Let's repeat that 2 more times. Pull, park, last time, pull, park. Let go, up without. That's our hike pass. Next, we'll perform 1 stop swing. So a pull, swing to chest height, through, place the bell down. Hip hinge, grip tip, pull, swing, through, park, repeat, pull, swing, hip drive, core is tight at the top, that's what's stopping us, and park, up without. If that felt okay, let's connect a couple of those and do 3 to 5, up to you, continuous swings. So hip hinge, grip tip, pull, hips 1, hips 2, hips 3, 4, 5. Park bell, up without.
Whew. Feels good. Get the heart rate going, but pay attention to those phases of the swings, like the hike, the stop, and those continuous swings, or always feel free to go back to the body weight or kettlebell deadlift to refine the efficiency and strength of the hinge. But it is fun putting weights overhead as long as your shoulders agree with that. So this time, let's do a kettlebell press overhead and drop down in our get up as per Lauren's lunges as before, halfway through to the windmill and then right back up.
Okay, so we'll stand over top of that bell. We'll take 2 hands on it. We'll zip it up to that rack position and press the bell towards overhead. Then it's that leg you can touch that'll drop back into our lunge. Front foot will open, a rotate hinge. Hold this tripod for 3, 2, hand leaves floor, front foot squares up, stand up to tall. Pull bell down with control, 2 hands on, place bell down. Whew, up without.
What you do on one side, ask yourself, let's do the same thing on the other. So it's that 2 hand, Lauren goes straight up the body. I utilize that hike pass, followed by the press overhead. Then the leg that's free to touch, drop it back, pulling yourself down in the lunge. Open windmill, hand to the floor in our hinge, hold for a second, then press the floor away, square the lunge back up, and return standing tall on that front leg. Pull the kettlebell down with control, hike pass to the groin, efficiently and quietly to the floor, and that is our first half get up from the top to that mid station.
All right, so as promised, we demonstrated that 2-handed swing. Let's get rid of one arm and perform the same routine, but with a single arm. So we stand behind the bell as usual in our hinge position. Then we'll use our hinge, grip, tip the bell. First side, 3 hike passes. Pull to zipper, park. Let's think about that off arm swinging with us, beside us on that hip. Park bell, up without. When we pull that bell, I want you to think lats, 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 and core, core, core. Same thing other side, hip hinge, grip tip, pull, park, pull, park, pull, park, up. Excellent. Now, let's get back to that stop swing. 1 full swing, park bell, repeat 3 times. Hip hinge, grip tip, pull, swing, through, park, repeat, pull, swing, through, park. 1 more time. And bell goes down. Up without. Same thing other side. Grip tip, pull, swing, through, park, pull, through, park. It's the hips that drive the bell up there. And park. Whew. We have 1 more round. And it's those 3 continuous swings.
Sounds good. Be careful with that up-down transition, making sure the whooshiness of the head is controlled and contained. And if not, maybe you just have to do another one of those lunges. Get yourself nice and low to the ground. But we're feeling good. That's a little bit of a question as well for you. Let's do 3 again on the other side. 5. We need 5 on the other side. So why not 5 swings? Why not 5 swings? So it's a hike and a swing out front and a hike out with the breath. It's the inhale on the down phase. And I think we have 1 more for 5. And then park it quietly, because that means efficiently and safely. Then same thing that other side. So a chop on the hips, a pull to the zipper, and 5, and 2, and sniff on that down phase. The shins are vertical, the feet are rooted, and a final park of that kettlebell. 1 more get up for today. Top down or bottom up. What are you gonna do?
I like that press. I think I'd like to do it from the top down here.
Presses.
So we'll get organized, get yourself in space, and we'll get set up to press that kettlebell. So we're over top. We'll use our hinge. We'll pull to rack, and up, bells up. Good. Leg you can touch. Step back. Open up. Rotate hinge. Sweep. Elbow to your back. And then return to standing with the hip drive pull. The hand. The bridge sweep. Press through. Square up. Stand up. Pull bell down. 2 hands. Place it back where you started. Whew.
A little cathartic, oh yeah, or whoo. Give yourself a little bit of an opportunity to check in. What would you like to refine? Let's do the same thing on the other side. And just connecting from Lauren's lunge cues in the middle, at the beginning there, I'm gonna scissor in to the middle on my descending phases of the lunge. So it's a hike pass up to that rack position, full body tension press. The leg we touch drops back. Now look at that kettlebell as you incorporate the rotation to then sweep a leg through tall sit. Find the elbow, core brace to the floor. Now drive through the hip, tall sit, bridge in a sweep. Then as we come around to that tall lunge position, let's push forward through the front, back through the back and arrive tall. Pull back down to the rack position, and then to the floor. Going forward over the next 7 weeks, we'll utilize that one arm swing, incorporating it into the clean, which then we can clean and squat and press. Full body workout. Let's take our time to get there. Until then, let's work I go, you go. Lauren, what do you say?
Let's do our I go, you go, two-handed gobble squats.
Gobble squats. Nice.
To do that, we'll come back to where we started today. Pull, catch into the goblet position. Adjust your stance to your squat. 5 squats, bell goes down. I guess I go, then you go.
Follow one of us. You're either Team Lauren or you're Team me, Team Ian here. And if you're Team Lauren, the bell's up and you're squatting for up to 5 reps. Pull yourself down. Find that core tension to explode out from that bottom position. And it's making sure that we're not tucking under too soon. It might happen at the very bottom, but really concentrate on keeping a cow tip in the hip throughout.
All right, Team Lauren done 1 set of 5. Team Ian, another set, or your first set of 5 here. Use that core brace. Ideally, we're getting that bottom below the knees, but not into the, full comfortable sit at the bottom, but try to break parallel if it's okay with you.
So depending on the length of your humerus and ulnar bones here, radius and ulnar bones here, maybe the elbows just touch the top of your quads or just about an inch below, making sure that your range is safe and that kettlebell is staying tight to the body. Avoiding that barbell style front squat. Keep the elbows tight with the shoulders retracted.
Take your time in between. Shake it out. It's been a while. So we've done some loaded squats here. So make sure it's feeling good. Control the breath. A little cardio in there. Who knew?
Cardio with kettles, my favorite, or on my bike. We'll utilize these skills here to do whatever you want to do out there with efficiency, maybe perhaps more power, but definitely have fun there as much as here. We got challenged, but we're still going to have some fun as we pursue these kettlebell goals. And that rest comes quick, holy cow.
3 rounds down, 2 more to go for us. Make sure you're feeling good. So again, it's elbows in. Retracted blades, but cage down, but also cage up. I know, it's so confusing. We don't want to fold in half in our squats. We want to keep our chest projecting forward. Try not to end up perpendicular with the floor.
Set 4. So it's that compression of the rib cage on the hips, but keeping the heart tall. Avoiding the slouchy slouch, but also the desperate back extension up. It's that nice combination of beating in the middle where you can do anything from there. Set 4.
I think I might feel these squats tomorrow. Hopefully in a good way. Definitely in a good way. Just in a more way than normal. Set 4 of squats here again. You're pulling down. You're pushing the floor forward and back. Let's try not to just flop to the floor in this last set.
Great cues. We're heavy from the feet, and we're using those adductor hamstrings to slow things down on the down phase, and then using the glutes to extend the hips powerfully on the up. You can hear Lauren sniff in on the down, and a core brace on the up. That's set 5. Let's finish with strength, just like that Team Lauren here.
As Ian's finishing up, let's close our mouth. Breathe in and out the nose. Try to take that nice inhale, and then that forced exhale. Trying to slow down that breath a little bit. We didn't get a crazy heart rate up there, but we did get slightly elevated. So take that breath in and exhale. And take that breath in and exhale. And let's add a little more. Take the breath in. And then we'll hold it for 4, 3, 2, and then we'll exhale for 4. And then we'll hold empty for 4. And then inhale for 4, 3, 2. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. And if you can, hold for 4. That's feeling challenging today. And then inhale one more time. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. And hold empty for 4. Good. I think my breathing and my talking was a bit off there. Managed to figure it out by the end.
Challenging all goals, those mobility goals, the head and neck control with the core. Kettlebell strength, starting with the hands and shoulders, all the way through the hips there, and always control with the breath. Celebrate the lack of oxygen. Celebrate how challenging things are, but always come back to the power of the breath to restore yourself after a very quick half hour or even less here. Full body workouts with Lauren and myself, Ian, here at Bars and Bells, every Tuesday until Christmas here of 2024. We look forward to doing set 2 or week 2 with you next week, Tuesdays at 4 o'clock.
On Thursdays, we switch side of the rooms and we work with our bars and our presses. So we still have that kettlebell there. And then on Saturday, it's our fully body weight strength activity day where we play with our strength crawls, single leg workouts. Stay tuned for that. In the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Check out our website and our Patreon page. And until next time, take care.
Stay strong.
And let's train soon.
Have a good day.
Goodbye. Oh, my legs.